Welcome to Learn English with Lee. I am Lee. I am so happy you are here today. If you are listening right now, maybe you want to speak English. Maybe you understand many words. Maybe you can read well. But when it is time to speak, your heart beats fast. Your hands feel cold. Your mind becomes empty. And you think, what if I make a mistake? Today, we will talk about that feeling. James is here with me. James, how are you feeling today?
I feel a little nervous already, Lee. When you talk about speaking English, I remember many embarrassing moments.
That is very honest. Thank you for sharing. Tell us more.
Sometimes I know the sentence in my head, but when I open my mouth, I feel shy. I worry people will laugh at my accent, or they will think my grammar is bad.
That is a very common feeling. Many learners feel the same. You are not alone. Let me ask you something, James. When you speak your first language, do you always speak perfectly?
No, of course not. Sometimes I make mistakes, sometimes I forget words.
Exactly. So why do we expect ourselves to be perfect in English?
I do not know, maybe because it's not my language. I feel like I must prove something.
That is very deep. Many learners feel they must prove they are smart, but language is not a test. It is a tool for communication. Today, we will practice speaking in a safe way. We will learn simple sentences. We will build confidence slowly. First, let's talk about a real-life situation. Imagine you go to a coffee shop in another country. You want to order coffee, but you feel shy. James, what happens in your mind?
I start thinking too much. I think, what if I say the wrong word? I try to make a perfect sentence, then I forget everything.
That is overthinking. When we overthink, we block our natural ability. Let's make it simple. You do not need long sentences. Instead of saying, I would like to order a medium-sized cappuccino with almond milk, please, you can say, medium cappuccino with almond milk, please. Short, clear, enough.
That feels easier.
Yes, confidence grows when we simplify. Now, let's practice together. Repeat after me. I would like a coffee, please. Pause in your mind and say it. Good. Now say, can I have a small latte? Very good. You see, you can already speak. James, how do you feel when the sentence is short?
I feel less pressure. It feels possible.
That is the key word, possible. Many learners think speaking English is impossible, but it is possible when we take small steps. Let's talk about another situation. You meet someone new at work. They speak English. You want to introduce yourself. What can you say? Simple is powerful. Hi, my name is James. Nice to meet you. That is enough. You do not need a long speech. James, can you try?
Hi, my name is James. Nice to meet you.
That was clear and natural. How did it feel?
It felt okay, but in real life, I still feel scared.
That is normal. Fear does not disappear in one day, but confidence grows with action. Let's explore your fear. What is the worst thing that can happen?
Maybe they do not understand me.
And if they do not understand, what can you say?
Maybe, sorry, can I say that again?
Perfect. That sentence is very important. Sorry, can I say that again? Let's repeat it slowly. Sorry, can I say that again? This sentence gives you power. You do not need to panic. You can try again. Now, let's imagine a small role play. I will be your colleague. Hi, I'm Anna. I just joined the team.
Hi, Anna. I'm James. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. Where are you from?
I'm from Cambodia.
Oh, that is wonderful. How long have you worked here?
I worked here 2 years.
That is good communication. If you want to improve it slightly, you can say, I have worked here for 2 years. But notice something. I understood you before the correction. Communication happened.
That makes me feel better.
Good. because communication is the goal, not perfection. Now, let's talk about vocabulary for emotions. Shy means you feel quiet and nervous around people. Afraid means you feel fear. Embarrassed means you feel uncomfortable because of a mistake. Let's make simple sentences. I feel shy when I speak English. I'm afraid of making mistakes. I feel embarrassed when people laugh. Say these sentences in your mind. When you can name your feeling, you control it better. James, can you tell me honestly what feeling is strongest for you?
I think embarrassment. I do not like feeling stupid.
That is very human, but making mistakes does not mean you are stupid, it means you are learning. When a baby learns to walk, they fall many times. We do not laugh, we encourage them. You are learning to speak, you are allowed to fall. Let's practice a daily conversation about asking for help. Imagine you are in a supermarket and cannot find something. You can say, "Excuse me, where can I find the rice?" Short, clear, try it.
Excuse me, where can I find the rice?
Very good. If you do not understand the answer, you can say, "Sorry, can you repeat that?" Or, "Can you speak more slowly, please?" These sentences protect you. They give you confidence. James, say, "Can you speak more slowly, please?"
Can you speak more slowly, please?
Excellent. You see, you already have many tools. Let me ask you something deeper. When you imagine speaking English confidently, what does that version of you look like?
He looks relaxed, he smiles, he doesn't think too much.
Beautiful. That version of you already exists inside you. We just need to practice bringing him out. Confidence is not loud. Confidence is calm. Right now, if you are listening, I want you to breathe slowly. Take a slow breath in and breathe out. Speaking English is not danger. Your brain thinks it is danger, but it is not. It is just sound, just words, just communication. James, what is one small action you can take this week to practice speaking?
Maybe I can order coffee in English, even if the staff speaks my language.
That is a wonderful idea. Small action, real life. You do not need to speak for 1 hour. Just one sentence is enough. Before we continue deeper into how to change your mindset and train your speaking habit every single day, I want you to think about this question. Are you afraid of English, or are you afraid of people's judgment? Think about it carefully. James, what do you think?
I think I'm afraid of judgment.
That awareness is powerful. When you understand your fear, you can change your reaction. Let's continue exploring this together. The fear of judgment often comes from our past. Maybe someone laughed before. Maybe a teacher corrected you in a hard way. Maybe you compared yourself to someone more fluent. But English is not a competition. It is communication. And communication is human. Tell me, James, have you ever met someone who speaks English with many mistakes but still speaks confidently?
Yes, actually. Some people speak with strong accents and wrong grammar, but they speak a lot.
And how do you feel about them?
I don't think they are stupid. I just think they're brave.
Exactly. So maybe other people think the same about you. Sometimes we are kinder to others than ourselves. Now, let's practice a small confidence exercise. Say this sentence: My English does not have to be perfect.
My English does not have to be perfect.
Now, say, My message is more important than my mistakes.
My message is more important than my mistakes.
Very powerful. Today, we started talking about fear. We practiced simple real-life sentences, we explored emotions, and we began building confidence slowly. And now, let's go even deeper into how to change your mindset and train your speaking habit every single day. And now, let's go deeper into your daily habits. James, can I ask you something very simple? How often do you speak English out loud?
Honestly, not often. I listen a lot, I watch videos, but I do not speak much.
That is very common. Many learners consume English. They listen, they read, but they do not produce English. They do not speak. Speaking is a muscle. If you do not use it, it feels weak. If you use it every day for 5 minutes, it becomes stronger. Let's imagine two learners. Learner A studies grammar for 1 hour every day, but never speaks. Learner B speaks English for 10 minutes every day, even with mistakes. After 3 months, who will feel more confident?
I think learner B.
Yes, because confidence comes from action, not from knowledge. You already know many words, but your mouth needs practice connecting to your brain. Let's build a simple daily speaking routine. Step 1, talk to yourself. It sounds funny, but it works. When you wake up, say, "Good morning. Today I feel tired." Or, "Today I have a busy schedule." Simple sentences, real thoughts. James, can you try describing your morning today?
Okay. This morning, I woke up at 7. I felt sleepy. I checked my phone. Then I drank coffee.
Very good. That is natural English. You did not prepare, you just spoke. How did that feel?
It felt easier than I expected.
Because there was no pressure. No one was judging you. Now imagine you do this every day. Your brain starts thinking in English more naturally. Step 2, use mirror practice. Stand in front of a mirror and introduce yourself. "Hi, my name is James. I am working on improving my English. I want to speak more confidently." Look at your own eyes while speaking. It feels uncomfortable at first, but it builds strength inside you.
I think I would feel shy even alone.
That is okay. Shyness is just a feeling. It does not control you. You can act even when you feel shy. Let's talk about another real-life situation. You are in a meeting. Someone asks you a question in English. Your mind becomes empty. What can you say to buy time? Very simple phrases help you think. You can say, "That's a good question," or "Let me think for a moment," or "I need a second." These sentences give your brain time. James, say, "Let me think for a moment."
Let me think for a moment.
Good. Now say, "That's a good question."
That's a good question.
Excellent. When you use these phrases, you do not look weak, you look thoughtful. Now I want to explore something emotional again. James, when you imagine making a mistake in public, what image comes to your mind?
I imagine people looking at me, maybe smiling, maybe correcting me.
And in that image, what are you telling yourself?
I tell myself, you sound stupid.
That inner voice is very important. Sometimes the biggest problem is not other people, it is our own voice. Let's change that voice. Instead of saying, "I sound stupid," say, "I am learning." Instead of saying, "They are judging me," say, "They are listening." Your brain believes what you repeat. Let's practice replacing negative thoughts. I will say a negative thought, you change it. "I made a grammar mistake."
I made a grammar mistake, but I communicated.
Beautiful. "They spoke faster than me."
They spoke faster than me, but I am improving step by step.
Very good. This is how confidence grows, not by removing mistakes, but by changing your reaction to mistakes. Now let's practice a longer role play. Imagine you are at a restaurant with foreign friends. The waiter asks, "Are you ready to order?" You feel nervous. What can you say? You can say, "Yes, I would like the chicken salad, please." Or, "I'm not ready yet. Can I have a few more minutes?" Let's try it. I'm the waiter. Are you ready to order?
I'm not ready yet. Can I have a few more minutes?
Of course. How did that feel?
Not too bad. It feels more real now.
That is important. Real practice builds real confidence. Now let's imagine you are ready to order. Are you ready to order?
Yes, I would like the chicken salad, please.
Perfect. Notice something. The sentence is not complicated, it is simple, but it works. Many learners think they must use advanced vocabulary to sound intelligent, but clarity is more important than complexity. Now I want to talk about accent. Many people are afraid of their accent. James, are you afraid of your accent?
Yes, I think my accent is strong.
Let me tell you something important. Accent is identity. Every English speaker has an accent. American, British, Australian, Indian, Filipino, French, Cambodian. Accent is not a mistake. Pronunciation can improve, but accent is natural. Instead of saying, my accent is bad, say, my accent is unique. Repeat that. My accent is unique. Good. Now let's focus on pronunciation, not accent. Pronunciation means speaking clearly so people understand. One simple way to improve pronunciation is to slow down. When you are nervous, you speak fast. Fast speech creates more mistakes. Let's practice slow speaking. Say this slowly. I am learning to speak English with confidence. I am learning to speak English with confidence. Good. Slow, clear, strong. Now let's do a small speaking challenge. I will give you a situation. You answer in 2 or 3 simple sentences. Situation 1. You are late for a meeting. What do you say?
I'm sorry I'm late. There was traffic. Thank you for waiting.
Excellent. Clear and polite. Situation 2. You did not understand instructions.
Sorry, I didn't understand. Could you explain again?
Very good. Situation 3. Someone gives you a compliment about your English.
Thank you. I'm still learning.
That is beautiful. Simple, humble, confident. Now tell me, James, how do you feel compared to the beginning of our conversation?
I feel calmer. I feel like speaking is possible. It is not so scary now.
That is progress. Confidence is not a big jump. It is many small steps. If you are listening right now, I want you to understand something very important. Fluency is not the first step. Bravery is the first step. You speak first. Fluency comes later. Let's explore one more deep question. If you wait until your English is perfect, when will you start speaking?
Maybe never.
Exactly. Perfection is a moving target. You will always feel not ready if you wait for perfect. So we choose courage instead. From today, you do not say, I can't speak English. You say, I am practicing English. Feel the difference. I can't speak English closes the door. I am practicing English opens the door. James, say it.
I am practicing English.
Again.
I am practicing English.
That is your new identity. Now let's go even deeper into real-life conversations that feel more emotional, situations where you must express feelings, opinions, and personal stories in English. Because real life is not only about ordering coffee or being late. Real life is about feelings, and many learners feel nervous when they must express emotions in English. James, is it harder for you to talk about feelings in English?
Yes, very hard. I can say simple things, but when I want to explain my feelings, I feel lost.
That makes sense. Feelings are personal, and when we speak about personal things, we feel more exposed. But we can start simple. You do not need complicated words to express emotions. Let's practice basic emotional sentences. I feel tired today. I feel stressed about work. I feel excited about the future. I feel a little confused. Simple structure. I feel plus adjective. James, can you tell me how you feel about your English journey right now?
I feel hopeful, but also nervous.
That is beautiful. Very honest. You can also connect feelings with because. I feel nervous because I don't want to make mistakes. Try that.
I feel nervous because I don't want to make mistakes.
Perfect. Now, let's go into a real-life scenario. Imagine you are talking to a friend. They ask, "How have you been?" Many learners answer, "I'm fine, always fine." But you can say more. You can say, "I've been busy lately. I've been feeling a little stressed. I've been working on improving myself." James, answer this question with more detail. How have you been?
I've been busy lately. I've been trying to improve my English. Sometimes I feel frustrated.
That is very natural English. Notice something important. You did not use advanced vocabulary, but your message was clear and meaningful. Now, let's practice expressing opinions. Sometimes in conversations, people ask what you think. For example, "What do you think about working from home?" You can answer simply, "I think it's convenient. I think it's better for families. I think it can be lonely." The structure is simple. I think plus idea. James, what do you think about learning English online?
I think learning English online is flexible, but sometimes it feels lonely.
Very good. That sentence shows balance. You gave a positive and a challenge. Now, let's make it more personal. You can add, "in my experience," or "in my opinion," or "from my point of view." Try this.
In my experience, practicing speaking is the hardest part.
Excellent. Now, let's practice a deeper emotional conversation. Imagine you want to tell someone about a fear. You can say, "I'm afraid of speaking in public. I worry that people will judge me. I'm trying to be more confident." Let's role play. I am your friend. "Hey, James, you seem quiet today. Is everything okay?"
I'm okay. I just feel nervous about my presentation tomorrow.
Why do you feel nervous?
I'm afraid of speaking in front of many people. I worry that I will forget my words.
That is honest and clear. How did that feel?
It felt real, a little uncomfortable, but real.
That is growth. Speaking about fear reduces its power. Now, let's practice giving support. If someone tells you they are nervous, you can say, "You'll do great. I believe in you." It's okay to feel nervous. James, encourage me. Lee, I feel nervous about my speech.
It's okay to feel nervous. You'll do great. I believe in you.
Thank you. That felt warm and supportive. Speaking English is not only about survival, it is about connection. Now, let's go into a longer role play. Imagine you are meeting a new friend at a language exchange event. You sit down and start talking. I will begin. "Hi, is this seat free?"
Yes, it is. Please sit down.
"Thank you. My name is Sarah. What's your name?"
My name is James. Nice to meet you.
"Nice to meet you too. Why are you here today?"
I want to practice speaking English. I feel shy sometimes, so I want to improve my confidence.
"That's great. How long have you been learning English?"
I've been learning English for many years, but I didn't practice speaking much.
That is a very realistic answer. Now, I want you to add one more sentence, something about your goal.
My goal is to speak more naturally and not be afraid of mistakes.
That is powerful. Now, let's pause for a moment. If you are listening, imagine yourself in that conversation. You do not need perfect grammar. You need courage and simple sentences. Now, let's talk about disagreement. Sometimes you need to disagree politely. For example, "I see your point, but I have a different opinion." Or, "I understand what you're saying, but I think..." These phrases help you sound respectful. James, practice this sentence. "I understand your idea, but I think we should try something else."
I understand your idea, but I think we should try something else.
Very good. Confidence also means being able to share your opinion calmly. Now, let me ask you something deeper again. When you imagine yourself speaking English confidently in the future, what changes in your life?
I think I would feel more free. I could travel more easily. I could make international friends. Maybe I could get a better job.
That future is not a dream, it is a direction. Every time you speak one sentence, you move closer to that future. Let's build a mini daily challenge for you. Every day, speak for 5 minutes alone. Learn 3 useful phrases. Use 1 phrase in real life. That is enough. Not 1 hour, not perfect grammar, just small, consistent action. James, are you willing to try this for 30 days?
Yes, I think I can try.
That is commitment. Now, let's practice one more emotional scenario. Imagine someone corrects your English in a conversation. Instead of feeling embarrassed, you can say, "Thank you for the correction. I appreciate your help." Let's try. I say, "Actually, you should say I have worked, not I worked."
Thank you for the correction. I appreciate your help.
Calm, mature, confident. That's how strong learners respond. Now tell me honestly, at the beginning of this episode, you were afraid of speaking. Right now, what is different inside you?
I still feel a little nervous, but I feel stronger. I feel like I have tools now. I have sentences I can use.
That is the difference. Fear without tools feels overwhelming. Fear with tools feels manageable. And now, let's go even deeper into building long-term confidence, so this courage stays with you even on difficult days. And now, let's talk about difficult days. Because not every day feels strong. Some days you wake up motivated, you speak easily, you feel proud. Other days you feel tired, your brain feels slow, you forget simple words. James, have you experienced this?
Yes, some days I feel confident. Other days I feel like I forgot everything.
That is normal. Language learning is not a straight line. It goes up and down. The problem is not bad days. The problem is quitting on bad days. Let me ask you something. When you have a bad English day, what do you usually tell yourself?
I tell myself, maybe I'm not good at languages. Maybe I'm not talented.
That thought is very powerful and very dangerous. Talent is not the main reason people become fluent. Consistency is. Let's change that sentence. Instead of saying, "I'm not talented," say, "Today is just a low-energy day." Repeat it.
Today is just a low-energy day.
Good. Now add one more sentence. I will still practice a little.
I will still practice a little.
That is resilience. Resilience means you continue even when it feels hard. Now I want to talk about comparison. Many learners compare themselves to others. They see someone speaking English smoothly and think, "Why can't I speak like that?" James, do you compare yourself?
Yes, especially online. I see people speaking very well. I feel behind.
Behind compared to who?
Compared to them.
But you do not know their full story. Maybe they have practiced for 10 years. Maybe they live in an English-speaking country. Maybe they speak every day at work. You are comparing your beginning to someone else's middle. Instead of comparison, choose inspiration. You can say, "If they can do it, I can do it too." Say that.
If they can do it, I can do it too.
Very good. Now let's build long-term confidence through identity. Confidence is not only what you do, it is who you believe you are. If you believe, "I am a shy person," your actions follow that belief. If you believe, "I am becoming a confident speaker," your actions change. Notice the word becoming. You do not need to say, "I am already confident." You say, "I am becoming confident." It feels realistic. James, say, "I am becoming a confident English speaker."
I am becoming a confident English speaker.
Again.
I am becoming a confident English speaker.
When you repeat that daily, your brain slowly accepts it. Now let's talk about mistakes again, but in a different way. I want you to imagine this. You are speaking English with someone, you make a grammar mistake, they understand you, the conversation continues. Nothing bad happens. This is what usually happens in real life. Most people are focused on the message, not the small grammar detail. Let's do a quick speaking drill. I will give you imperfect sentences. You respond confidently without stopping. Ready?
Ready.
Good. No stopping, no panic. Now correct it calmly.
Yesterday, I went to the store.
Perfect. Notice something important. First, you spoke. Then, you corrected. Communication first, improvement second. This mindset reduces fear. Now, let's practice storytelling. Many people feel nervous when telling a story in English, but stories can be simple. Structure is easy. First, then, after that, finally. James, tell me about a small memory from last week using this structure.
First, I had a busy day at work. Then I met my friend for dinner. After that, we walked around the city. Finally, I went home and watched a movie.
That was clear and structured. When you use simple structure words, your brain feels more organized. Organization reduces anxiety. Now, I want to talk about speaking speed. Many learners think speaking fast means speaking well, but fast is not fluent. Clear is fluent. If you speak slowly and clearly, people understand you better. Let's practice slow storytelling. Say this slowly. Last weekend, I tried something new.
Last weekend, I tried something new.
Very good. Now continue with 2 simple sentences.
I went to a new cafe and ordered a drink in English.
That is growth in real life. Now let's imagine a difficult situation. You are in a group conversation. People speak fast. You feel left out. What can you say to join the conversation? You can say, "Can I add something? I have a small idea. That reminds me of something." These phrases help you enter the conversation. James, say, "Can I add something?"
Can I add something?
Good. Confidence is also about participation. Even one small sentence is participation. Now I want to explore something very honest. James, if you imagine yourself 5 years from now still afraid to speak English, how does that feel?
It feels sad, like I missed opportunities.
And if you imagine yourself 5 years from now speaking confidently, how does that feel?
It feels free, strong, proud.
The difference between those 2 futures is daily action. Not talent, not luck, daily action. 5 minutes, 10 minutes, one conversation, one brave moment. Now I want to guide you through a confidence reflection. Close your eyes for a moment. Imagine yourself speaking English in a calm voice. You make eye contact, you speak slowly, you smile. Even if you make a mistake, you continue. Feel that version of you. That person is not a different person. It is you with practice. James, after everything we talked about, what is one belief you want to keep from today?
I want to keep the belief that my message is more important than my mistakes.
That is powerful. If you remember only one thing, remember this. Speaking is progress. Silence is comfort. Growth is uncomfortable, but growth leads to freedom. And now, let's bring everything together into a final, deep practice conversation, one that shows who you are becoming as a confident English speaker. Let's step into that final conversation together. Imagine this. You are at an international event. People from different countries are talking. The room feels a little loud. You feel a small wave of nervousness. But this time, something is different. You breathe slowly. You remind yourself, my message is more important than my mistakes. Someone turns to you and smiles. Hi, where are you from? And you answer calmly, I'm from Cambodia. It's nice to meet you. They continue, is this your first time at this event? You smile again. Yes, it is. I was a little nervous at first, but I'm happy to be here. Did you hear that sentence? I was a little nervous, but I'm happy to be here. That is confidence. Confidence is not the absence of fear. Confidence is speaking even when fear is present. James, if you imagine yourself in that situation now, how do you feel?
I feel stronger than before. I still feel a little nervous, but I don't feel frozen anymore.
That is real growth. At the beginning of our conversation, you were focused on fear. Now you are focused on action. That is transformation. Let's reflect on what you have built today. You learned that short sentences are powerful. You learned that simple phrases give you time to think. You learned how to express emotions. You practiced real-life situations. You replaced negative thoughts with stronger ones. You understood that accent is identity. You discovered that bravery comes before fluency. And most importantly, you changed your identity. You are not someone who can't speak English. You are someone who is practicing English. You are someone who is becoming a confident English speaker. James, if you could say one message to listeners who feel shy like you did, what would you say?
I would say, don't wait to feel ready. Start speaking now. Even small sentences matter. You will feel stronger every time you try.
That is beautiful advice. If you are listening right now, I want to speak directly to you. You do not need perfect grammar. You do not need a perfect accent. You do not need advanced vocabulary. You need courage. And courage grows when you act. Start with one sentence today. Order your coffee in English. Introduce yourself in English. Talk to yourself for 5 minutes. Say, I am practicing. Say, I am becoming confident. Every brave sentence changes your future. Your voice matters. Your story matters. Your English journey matters. Thank you for spending this time with us on Learn English with Lee. James, thank you for being honest and brave today.
Thank you, Lee. I feel proud of this conversation.
And you should feel proud. To everyone listening, keep practicing, keep speaking, keep growing. We believe in you. This is Lee.
And this is James. Thank you for listening.
Bye for now.